What is that manipulation? That manipulation is when you want your dress fitted or even snatched at the waistline, but you don't want any dart stitch showing in your dress. It is fitted, but there is no dart stitch showing because you've manipulated the dart, okay? If this is what you want, this video is for you. Subscribe to join this family if you haven't, okay? I have a pattern already drafted out. I will leave the link of this pattern in the description box. So you can't do without your darts when you're making a fitted dress. So in this video, we are going to manipulate it in our pattern before cutting our fabric, so we don't have to stitch down our darts when we are sewing, okay? So this is short gown. I'll separate it into two at the waistline to have access to the darts. But if you cut out two pieces already, you don't need this part, okay? You just work on them separately. So I'll get the upper part. Next is to close our dart. So for me to close the bust dart, I'll cut out one of the dart leg. As you can see, cut out one of the dart leg, and then I'll cut out the dart at my waistline. You can cut just one leg and you can cut the dart completely. So I'll just cut it off, as you can see. So I completely remove my waist dart, as you can see. That's the only way I can close my bust dart, okay? So I'll just go ahead and close it. It's that simple, okay? Just go ahead and close it. You understand what I did there? Don't cut it out completely, please, okay? So you just close your darts, as you can see, and then you tape it down. As you can see, we are done with our bust dart. It's that simple. Okay, for the waist dart, I'll first of all put a piece underneath before I work on it, okay? So get a piece to cover that space off before you work on the darts. I'm just trying to get it really flat, okay? Make sure everything lays very well. And I'll just cut out this piece here. I left it there just so I don't run out of pattern paper when I close the dart. The next thing I will do is to connect this dart legs in my waistline. I'm going to connect it to my armhole. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Just watch carefully. One of the dart leg from the waist is connected. I connect it to my armhole. And then I'll connect the second leg too. The second dart leg, I'll connect it to the armhole, the same point, okay? I'll just cut off this excess just so it doesn't confuse you. Then the next thing is to open one of the dart leg. Just open one of it. When cutting it, please try not to cut it out completely, okay? To close it, you just drag it to the second dart leg and tape it down, as you can see. So basically what we did was to transfer our waist dart to our armhole just so we can be able to close it, okay? But you can also transfer it to your shoulder, okay? You get your shoulder, divide it by 2, the midpoint. You connect your dart legs to it and you close it just like this. So we're done with the upper part. Or before we close this little opening at the down part, we'll work on the skirt part first, okay? So we'll keep that aside for now. So we'll get the down part. To close this dart, all you need to do is to connect your dart leg to the hem of your skirt, okay? So I'll just connect one of the dart leg to the end. I'll also connect the second leg to the same point. Okay. Okay. So I'll go ahead and cut open one of the dart leg, one of the new dart leg. These are our new darts now, remember. Just cut open it. Don't cut it all through, please. Be careful when you get to that point. The next thing is to just close the dart. You just tape it down, as you can see. I hope this is clear enough. If it's not clear, you can watch this video again, okay? But I'm very sure this is very, very clear for beginners. So we're done with the skirt part. Okay, we are going to now bring them together and cover up that space. If you're going to cut out your top and the down part separately, all you need to do is to just get your piece of paper. Sorry, before then I would just love to cut out this place just so you understand what we are doing. So you get a piece of paper to close those parts. So when you want to cut them separately, all you need to do is to cover up this one separately. As you can see, put a piece of paper, the down part, cover it separately. Get your skirt, cover it up separately. As you can see, that's all you need to do when you're doing it, when you're cutting it separately. When you're cutting it together, this is what you would do. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So you're just going to place a piece of pattern, a piece of paper down, and then you bring them together like this. And you tape it down. Just the way you're seeing. Make sure everything lays really, really flat, okay? Guys, if you haven't liked this video, what are you waiting for? Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't. It will really encourage me to drop more videos. If you can even comment, I will really appreciate, okay? Thank you. So I'm just tracing my waistline there, just so I will get a nice curve at that place. I'll take my waist measurement, divide by 4, and then I'll mark out my sewing allowance to give it a good curve there. Before I cut it out, I'm going to mark out my underbust at my underbust line, divide by 4, and then I'll mark out my sewing allowance. Then I'll connect it to the waistline just so I get a smooth end in that place. Remember, this is the front pattern, okay? We are going to work on the back pattern too. I have a dress I made with this very particular pattern. It came out really beautiful, okay? I will drop the link to the video in the description box, and I'll also drop it at the end of this video, okay? You will see what that manipulation gave us. It's really beautiful. So this is our back pattern. It doesn't have a bust dart, so it's just the waist dart. I'll just rush this one. It's the same thing we did, okay? I'll go ahead and connect my dart legs from my waist to my armhole. And then I'll cut open one of the dart legs. I'll just close it up, tape it down. We're done with the top part. Very simple. And then I'll get my skirt part, the down part, connect the dart leg to the hem of the skirt. As you can see, cut open one of the dart legs and then close my dart. Don't cut it all the way through, please. But it has to be like almost free when you close it. So you tape it down, and that is it, guys. The next thing we're going to do is to, just like the way we did to the front pattern, we are going to get a piece of paper, put it down, put it down like this, and then tape it down to cover up those openings. Just tape it down. Guys, don't go with my likes. Don't go with my subscription, please. Support me. It will encourage me. Like, seriously, those likes, it's gonna encourage me. If you can comment, I will appreciate. I'm just checking my waist measurement, just so I get a smooth end in that place. So I'm just going to trim it out. Guys, we're done with our back pattern. I have a video on the dress I made with this pattern. It came out really, really, really beautiful. You may want to check it out. I'm going to drop the link here or in the description box. So click on it and watch. Stay blessed. Bye bye.